Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Yoga for All Levels. I'm Denise Drews. I'll be leading this practice this morning, and I'm just so grateful that you are taking this time for yourself on your mat this morning. I'd like you to find a comfortable seat, whatever that means for you. If you'd like to be on a chair or a cushion, you can, or if you're just on the floor, move around a little bit and just kind of snuggle up to your sitting bones. And then when you find that seat, close your eyes, feel the earth beneath you, and feel the length of your spine. Notice that as you lengthen your spine, there's a little more room around your heart. Allow breath to start to fill up that space around your heart. Allow breath to start to move into the crevices, the shoulders, the back, the neck, the places that seem a little tight right now. This morning's practice will be a gentle and flowy practice. And our inspiration for this morning is the property of water. I'd like to offer this idea of moving our bodies the way water moves. So as you take these next few breaths, I'd like to share some words with you from the Tao Te Ching. Beneath heaven, nothing is more soft and yielding than water. Yet for attacking the solid and the strong, nothing can take its place. Therefore, the soft can become the hard. The weak can overcome the strong. Under heaven, everyone knows this, yet no one puts it into practice. So as we practice this morning, I'd like you to imagine the water in your body, the water that fills every fiber and cell of your body, being the impetus, the momentum for this practice. Let's move from our cellular tissue. 70% of your body is water. Let's move from and like water this morning. So go ahead and bring yourself around into child's pose. Take a moment to situate yourself there. You can have your hands by your sides or underneath your forehead or stretched out in front of you. And then begin to find a deep, slow, quiet breath. Janet, will you give me a thumbs up if you can hear music right now? Thank you. In this child's pose, feel breath moving into the back of your body, expanding you in all directions. Walk your hands to the right side of your mat and shift your hips over to the left side of your mat. And then do the opposite. Hands to the other side of your mat and pull your hips away from your hands. Notice where breath goes now. And coming back to the center, let's rise up onto all fours. And with eyes closed, begin to move slowly your spine through cat and cow. In your mind, the image of water. Imagine your spine just being bathed in water. So as you move in each direction, that water just spills, tumbles from one vertebra to the next. The next time we come into cow pose, pause here and start to feel stretch and space around your sacrum, your tailbone. Put a little more roundness in that part of your body and just start to shift one hip back and then the other. Just move through that lowest part of your spine. This is our second chakra, and the property of the second chakra is water. Coming back up into cow through the whole spine, lengthen and lift. And on the exhale, come back to neutral spine, tuck your toes, and slowly peel your body into downward facing dog. And in downward dog, pedal heels, put a big bend in one knee. Just moving around the hips as much as possible. Imagine a waterfall tumbling from your hips down to your fingertips. And from your hips to your heels. And let that water be soft and clear, crisp and clean. Lowering again to the knees, take a deep breath into cow. And exhale, child's pose. And we'll start to move through those four postures. So we'll inhale cow, tucking the toes, exhale dog. Inhale cow pose. And exhale child's. So starting to just move with your breath and just keeping this feeling of nothing hard or harsh. Fluid. Imagining joints filled with water. Ease. And the freedom of moving like water. From the next downward facing dog, let's walk our hands and our feet together. And let's come into a forward fold. Bringing fingertips to opposite elbows, ragdoll. And then just begin to turn your body side to side. Let your head be heavy at the top of your spine and just roll like water. Notice if you're locking your knees. Imagine locked joints being like a dam and you want to just release that water, so put a soft bend in the knees. Allow your fingertips to fall to the earth and take your feet just a little bit wider. Put a more generous bend in your knees and scoop your arms all the way up high. Like you're rising to greet the day, maybe even a back bend. And then just come way back down there, that big bend in the knees, arms to the sides, and then head drops down. Let's move like that, like water guiding us. We have this sensation of being rooted down into the earth, grounded, which we all need a little bit more of right now. But spring around us is encouraging us to move, to get out into the sun and the fresh air. And so we need this energy of the second chakra to inspire us to get up off of our roots and move out into the world. Open your arms wide. Come back up and scoop down again. Arms behind you, legs straight. So let's just take this big full body greeting of the day. Opening spaces, moving like water. One more time, we'll pause here in this big heart open back bend, chin lifted, thumbs pressing back. And then just let your arms slowly come out in front of you, palms up, a gesture. Just a gesture of giving something away right now. A gesture of receiving. And whatever you're receiving, just bring that into you right now. Arms open. Exhale, hands forward, giving and then receiving. Open, giving and receiving. Bringing your feet a little closer together. Let's drop the left arm down and the right arm over, and we'll just come into this side body stretch. If your back needs a little support, place one hand on a hip and breathe into your right side. Imagine water from your right fingers spilling down the side of your body into your legs. And let's switch sides. Left arm high, right arm low or on the hip, stretching up and over. As we return to center, let's take our feet a little bit wider this time, and we'll let the arms come behind us, interlace the fingers, open the chest, and then exhale into a forward fold. Knuckles come to the sky, head comes to the earth. And then in this planted, rooted position, what kind of movement can your body find here? Maybe there's a little bit of movement in your knees, in your shoulders or your elbows. Unlock the joints like opening up a dam and just let the water roll through. Softly release the hands to the earth. And let's turn toward the right foot, coming down into a low lunge. We'll let our knee drop to the earth. Bring your hands to the inside of that right foot, and then just begin to drop the knee out to the side and back in. Let the knee come out and in, and you might be on your hands here, but it might feel better to drop down to one of your elbows or maybe both. Kind of juicing that right hip. As we come back to center, separate the hands, tuck the back toes, and let that back knee come on and off the floor a few times. That same idea there of just creating kind of more wave-like action. Nothing restricted or tight. Just let water be fluid and formless in your body. Tucking those toes, sweep the arms up high, and then open your arms around into a great big circle back to the earth. Let's do that again. Sweep up and around and back to the earth. Up and around. We'll go one more time, that nice high lunge with a circle. And as the hands come to the floor, place the left hand down on the floor and raise the right. Come into a twist. Breathe here along your twisted, rotated spine. Imagining water between each vertebra. And then release that hand to the earth. Let's step our feet back to downward facing dog. And I'll give you options today. Option 1 is to just stay and pedal. Option 2 is to drop your knees. Take it easy, gentle. And option 3 is to throw in vinyasa. And if you're choosing vinyasa, flow like water. We'll place our left foot to the top of our mat and drop our back knee. Bring the hands to the inside of the left foot and start to move that hip in and out. Fluid and formless. You can drop an elbow or both to the ground if you like. This is a good place to rest on a block. Just exploring the inside of your hip. And as the knee comes back to center, let's separate the hands. And we'll tuck the back toes and just start to lift and lower that back knee, finding what's there. Water follows the path of least resistance, and it flows downward. So see if you can unrestrict anything that's tight and just allow energy to move down into your legs, your feet. Let's tuck the toes, sweeping the arms up and around, making that big circle again around us. Next time our right hand comes to the floor, let's open up the left arm into a twist. Gentle water up and down the spine, around the shoulders. Releasing our hand to the earth, stepping to downward facing dog, and giving yourself the option again to stay in dog, to lower your knees, or to flow through vinyasa, flowing like water. Let's step our right foot again to the top of our mat, and we'll drop that back knee. This time we'll start to bring attention to our hamstrings. So just moving back into a long hamstring stretch. Shifting forward again, and each time we come back, just noticing where there might be any restriction, anything that would cause water to not be able to flow through our muscles, through our joints. To make this a little more challenging or sensational, fingertips forward more. Pull the hips back away from the fingers and maybe hold that position, or you can keep moving. As we come forward, let's tuck our back toes, lift the knee, and we'll drop that heel on its side, coming up into warrior one. When you find your warrior one, look for harsh edges and soften. Look for places of pain and pull softness and ease into those places. Allow your hands to come to the floor and walk through wide straddle all the way around to the other side and rise up into a warrior. An easy, a soft, and a gentle warrior. Look for places that feel tight or forced. And place softness where the tight is. Let's move back and forth through the center. Warrior one, side to side. You might be noticing that hip flexor action as you lift up into your warrior. Let's go one more time to each side, just flowing warrior. And as we come back around to warrior one on the right leg, let's sweep our arms around and find an easy version of warrior two. And we'll just straighten and bend that front knee, taking as deep a lunge as your leg allows. And then add the arms, lifting and lowering. Warrior poses are strong poses, but today, can you make them soft? Can you do a water warrior? The next time the arms come high, keep that leg straight. Open out into a T and just spill into triangle, Trikonasana. Just pause there with your breath. Closing that top arm down to meet the bottom arm. Inhale to open it again. Just open those wings and close. Finding any place in your body that feels restricted or tight, and see if you can find a little softness there. And we'll open that up one more time. Wrap your arm behind your back. Let the shoulder expand. Soften the front knee. And inhale to reverse warrior. Breathe into that side body. Your breath supports you here. And as we come back to warrior two, we'll straighten the front leg. Let's turn the toes to the long side of our mat. Bring the hands to the hips, the crease of the hips. Lifting the chest, we'll tilt forward from the hips and come down into a wide straddle forward fold. Find water-like movements here. And we'll slowly turn toward our left foot. Coming up into warrior one and then opening into warrior two. Exhale. And just begin to straighten and bend your left leg. Just picturing in your mind the relationship that water has to earth. Sometimes water flows over earth. Sometimes water gets absorbed by earth. sometimes water cuts through earth. Start to add the arms. So just finding in your body that softness that can flow over something hard. That ability to be absorbed by something. And when necessary, the strength to cut through something that's hard. Leaving our legs straight, opening the arms that shift from the hips and move down into Trikonasana, triangle pose. Breathe. And then just start to close the arms like wings flying. Opening on the breath in and closing on the breath out. And then lifting as high as you can, let the arm wrap behind your back. Feel that opening around the shoulder. A soft bend comes into the front knee, and we'll sweep that arm up, reversing our warrior. Let your breath expand your ribs. Let your breath take up space around your heart. And as we release that arm, let's open out into a T. We'll square the toes again. This time the arms reach high. Interlace the fingers, press into the feet, and move from your spine. Lateral movement, like water. If you reach a point of pain, can you stay just inside of that edge? Release the arms out into a 5-pointed star. Turn the toes out and scoop down, sunflowers. This movement can be as fast or slow as you like. If you'd like to pick up a little energy, a little fire, move faster and force your breath. You'd like to keep this more gentle, you can. Two more. Pausing to extend the arms out into that star and then just come down into goddess pose. Strength and softness. If you'd like a little challenge, balance on your toes. Core engaged. Let your arms extend out like you're holding the sun in your arms. Heels are lifted. Yeah, there might be a little fire here. Fire and water. Maybe letting the water come to a boil. Think a little deeper. Heels come to the earth, arms reach, gather in whatever energy is around you and pull it right to your heart. Walk your feet together. Pause here. Water. Put out the fire. Exhale a little longer as your arms come to your sides. And then inhale, arms reach overhead. Swan dive, exhale, forward fold. Hands press to shins, lift halfway. And exhale, downward facing dog. I'm going to give you a little extra time here to either stay in dog and pedal your heels, to bring yourself down into child's pose, or to take a few more vinyasa. So just kind of deciding what your body needs here before we lower onto our bellies for some floor work. You might close your eyes and just move intuitively like water. Where earth provides consistency, water induces change. And through change, our consciousness begins to expand. Without water, growth is impossible. Water makes life juicy. Water makes life juicy. So let's lower down onto our bellies. And let's find out about that. So we're going to bring our fingertips to the mat, just off to the sides of our mat. And we'll start to just raise up into just a little bit, maybe a little more than a cobra. And then exhale back down. As you come down, allow your forehead to touch the earth. Go all the way up to your capacity and all the way down. Water makes life juicy. You feel that in your body. Lifting up into this almost up dog, but not quite. Just turn your head to either side and loosen up around your neck. Coming back to center, lower. Hands pressed to the shoulders. Let's come up again to tabletop position and work through cat-cow again. And just notice if it's a little more water-like. Move side to side, curving your body, shoulder toward hips. We're going to finish this section drawing at the shape of a heart with our hips. So on the inhale, shift your body forward. Come forward as far as you can. And then just rock your hips to the left. Press back to your heels, child's pose. Shifting all the way forward, we'll rock the hips to the right and back over heels. Just close your eyes and feel your hips drawing the shape of a heart. Our bodies are made mostly of water. Can you move from the inside of your cells? Let's settle back in child's pose and just allow your hips to rock from side to side. And releasing this posture, coming up and around to find a seat. Let's extend the legs out front, and if you'd like to sit on a cushion or a pillow, you're welcome to do that here. We're going to reach the arms up high. We'll take a side bend first. So on the exhale, left arm comes down, right arm comes up and over. And we'll just put a bend in that elbow and start to pull that elbow forward. This is for anybody that's been doing a lot of gardening and feeling tightness in your shoulders and upper back. So just ease yourself around that shoulder. Maybe the arm is a little straighter. Find something here that gets to the place where your body needs this. reach both arms up high. Switching sides, drop the right, lift the left. Pressing the sitting bones into the ground and bending that elbow. Let's just explore behind and around your left shoulder. Moving from inside of the cellular tissue. Just imagine how happy all of those tiny little cells inside of your shoulder muscles and shoulder joint are feeling right now to get this much attention. Returning back to center. Both arms lift high, and on the exhale, forward fold. You can use a strap around your feet or take your hands to your feet. Maybe your hands just grab your ankles, but reach and breathe like water. Your knees feel tight and tense. Put a bend there. Let the water through. Exhale. Come back to a tall spine, drawing the soles of the feet together. And then just take a hold of your feet, your ankles, let your elbows gently press on the inside of your knees. Chest reaches forward, spine lengthens. Deep breaths right here. Imagine water running downhill from the crown of your head to the earth, leaving a softness through your whole body. Returning to a tall spine, we'll twist to the right. So just use that knee to help you twist. The opposite arm falls behind. Imagine water just raining down on the crown of your head, spilling over your shoulders, softening your body. As you come back to center, switch. Right arm to left knee, left arm behind you. Let your head turn all the way to look over your shoulder. Exhale fully. As we release this, let's draw the knees back together. And we'll hold on to the backs of our knees to allow us to roll down onto our backs. And then once you get here, hold one knee in each hand and just stir your knees out and in, corner to corner and front to back. Just moving around your hips like water. Bend and straighten your knees. Just keep your hands on your knees and see if you can just feel a softness there, a tenderness. And then let's place our feet on the floor for bridge. We'll work through flowing bridge. So on the inhale, just tuck your tailbone and start to peel yourself up through the spine and roll back down. Do that a few times, connecting through the vertebra. Put a little bit of space between each one on the way up and the way down. Feel free to pause at the top or the bottom for a few breaths. We'll do a few more of these. And the next time the hips come up, let's pause there, drawing the hands even farther underneath us, lifting the chin away from the chest, expanding the heart with breath. Just exaggerate these breaths. Releasing the hands, lowering the spine. Let your arms come out into a T. I'm going to move away from the wall a little bit. Walk your pinky toes to the edges of your mat so that you can windshield wiper your legs. Just start to move your legs back and forth. Slow the motion down. Pausing on each side for an extra long exhale. Noticing what's happening around your hips as they do opposite actions. Let's take the knees to the left and leave them there in this wide windshield wiper twist. Turn your head to look over your right arm and close your eyes. You can engage your right inner thigh muscles gently to press that knee toward the floor, allowing your hips and your waist to feel a little bit more space and opening. And slowly switch. Move through center, easy, gentle, and shift. Knees to the right, turning head to the left. Use a little bit of effort to press your left knee down, opening the left side of your torso. As we come back to center, one more time we'll draw the knees into our chest and just make this a tight little squeeze. Give yourself a hug. You might even bring your elbows up, your chin up, and squeeze as tightly as you can into this ball. Empty all the breath out. And then peel your body open, stretch long, fingers behind you, toes lengthening. Bring as much breath in as you can, and then on the exhale, again, close yourself into that tight little ball. Compress everything out like you're squeezing out a cloth. You want every last drop of water out. And then that cloth gets dipped in the water again, and it fills up with water. Stretch. Absorb. Exhale again, squeeze it out. Inhale, absorb, expand. One more time, squeeze tight everything out. And as we expand and absorb, we'll start to make our way into Shavasana. So taking the time to pick up any props, blankets or covering that your body desires here. Lying down on your back, resting your body on the earth. Imagining a cool, clear body of water. No wind, so there are no ripples on the water. It's very clear. You can see yourself in the image. Allow yourself to be that clear, cool, and calm body of water here, resting and held by the earth. Let your bones be heavy. Let your muscles relax and release their holding. But allow life to flow within and around these muscles and bones. Allow breath to flow under the surface. Maybe thoughts or feelings are flowing under the surface today. You allow that energy to just be part of your resting here, like water. As you continue resting, the words again from the Tao Te Ching. Beneath heaven, nothing is more soft and yielding than water. Yet for attacking the solid and strong, nothing can take its place. Therefore, the soft can overcome the hard. The weak can overcome the strong. Under heaven, everyone knows this, yet no one puts it into practice. Take in a deep, slow breath, filling your entire body, and then exhale long and maybe even loud. Begin to move your body like underwater, and you don't want to create too much of a disturbance. And start to stretch and lengthen and expand, and come back to a seat when you're ready. When you have found this seat, draw your hands to your heart Let your thumbs touch your chest, and with eyes closed, imagine again the image of water. Today, may we move through life with a gentleness, with a softness that we know is also strength. May we meet hard times with less of an edge. And may we trust that water flows over and through hard surfaces. I'd like to express a huge gratitude today for the music of Kurt Bester that accompanied our practice, and send love to all artists and musicians who might be struggling at this time. Thank you for your gift. Have a wonderful day, everyone. Let's bow together. Namaste.